a few reasons why I haven't done my main vegetable garden this year. One was because we had next door's pigs getting in here for about a 3-month period up until May, and that sort of, and then we had to this waiting time, are they going to get back in or not? But they haven't got back in since May, but nevertheless it was a bit late then. But this vegetable garden here is not exactly how I want it to be. I'm basing this vegetable garden on the, oh hello Khan, just a minute. Alright, come on in, and no clawing. Right, I'm basing this vegetable garden on the Aztec Chinampas system, where you have these artificial islands which kind of appear to be floating on the water. And that makes it very easy for watering the plants because you haven't got very far to go in any direction to water them. It's not going to be exactly like that, it's just based on that. So the whole vegetable garden is a peninsula coming out into this pond, but when this pond is finished I want it to be higher, about probably about this high, this vegetable garden is too tall and I need to take a bit off it. And I need to also, it's not quite big enough, so I need to build it out a bit more into the pond. This side of the vegetable garden is going to be an inlet which is partly cut when the pond is really high. All that bit over there where the slop quarry is, that's all like underwater. And then this side, there's an inlet going off there, sort of into the woods, which you can't really see at the moment. Again, it's not got water in at the moment because the water's very low. When we hired the diggers to dig the ponds, I wanted the really top soil from the swamp to be put on the top. And I said, that's fine, I could just dig out the weeds, that's fine. Oh no, you can't have weeds on top, it would look awful. So what they did was they shoveled all the really good soil over into a heap over here, and that's why I've got the slop quarry over there, because it's mining away at this really good soil. But although they said they couldn't possibly put the stuff full of weeds on the top, what I'd managed to get them to do was put some of this really good stuff that they just scraped off the top here at about that kind of level, so it's like subsoil and then this really good soil there full of weeds, and then on the very top they put like underneath topsoil, which isn't as good. And we've done a few crops in part of it. We've cultivated some, we've dug sand into it. But if I could take off the top bit, and that would be very good. So the plan is to sort of mark it out with some canes when the water's gone completely from here, and then build a kind of turf bank coming out to about here somewhere, making the vegetable garden bigger, and then take off the top stuff, which isn't as good, and then fill it in with that, and then bring down the nice soil and sort of spread it over so it's all like just above water height. So the pond will be about here, so I want to make the vegetable garden about kind of this sort of height with some marginal shelves around it, so it's going to stick out into the pond loads more, and that should make it kind of the size and consistency that I want it to be. Also, you might remember from last autumn we had a big gale and the polytunnel kind of blew away, so that needs redoing as well. So it's all kind of telling me, no, get this done now, because when it's all finished and done, it'll be a much better functioning vegetable garden. Also, I want to do something I have done before, which is having chickens on a rotation system with the vegetable garden. So you can sort of roughly see the outline of the vegetable garden there, a bit longer, and then as well as being fenced off so the geese can't get in, having another couple of fences dividing it into 3, and then having like a little chicken house that I can move from one section to the other. And then there's always one section that's like fallow with the chickens in, and that's what I need the extra space for. And then they remove all the weeds, they fertilise the ground, and it's a really good use of space. Right on this steep slope here, I want to have a house, and then the vegetable garden will be the back garden, and then this other side here will be the front garden here. Driveway coming in over there, pond over there, woods over there, so it's all kind of near me. So all the things that that take the most work are right next to where I live, And then on the distance there you have the orchards, which don't need as much care. So garden that needs to be tended this side, and then down there vegetable garden right by my kitchen window. But I'll do the house plans on another video. That's kind of way off at the moment. But yeah, this house will be occupying this area here. The bottom half of it will be kind of half underground, only windows on this side. So it will appear only 1 story high from that side, and that should be pretty good. But yeah, here there'll be like a door coming down here somewhere, opening straight out into the vegetable garden. So all the vegetables occupy the whole back garden, and then sort of garden occupies the whole front garden. One of the things I'll need to do first is remove this sheep mesh fence here, which I can use again. And thankfully I've got a load more of it just here, a whole like reel of it here. So there'll be enough to make the extra space and enough to make it into 3 different sections. So that'll be really good. So this is my big project for the summer, to transform the vegetable garden. So all these obstacles that happened, the polytunnel blowing down, the pigs getting in, the very, very kind of dry weather, it all sort of prevented me from doing the vegetable garden. So it's really said to me, no, it's the opportunity time. It's the time to get the vegetable garden how I want it, to get the nice soil on the top, and that'd be really good. If I just deposit Sophie on this table a minute, and I can show you what I want to do. Ow! Nasty, that's nasty. Right, you stay there. Right, I'll go and get her in a minute. So, get turfs, put them over around here, and then a lot of this pond slop to fill in the cracks between them. Get the bottom layers done, let them dry and set, and then get the next layer. And then when there's a few layers going all the way around here, then it'll be above the pond rising level, so it won't matter then. But I need to do this when it's dry, and it's almost dry, because it needs to be dry to kind of set properly. But once it has set, then it's okay, as long as it's kind of pond slop or topsoil on the outside. Subsoil, once it gets re-wet, it can collapse. But once this stuff is dried out, it's really, really good, and very good pliable building material. And you can see there's not much water left to go. And then I suppose it will, some of it would be a bit of a marginal shelf for water plants, and then above that will be like the vegetable garden. So quite a lot to do, but it's all the material is coming from just there and all downhill, so it should be much quicker because I'm not transporting materials a long way. But I've still got to psych myself up for it. So rescue Sophie a bit now. So quite a big project. Of course, I shall put it all on YouTube so you can see how I get on. But this is the plan as I want it to be. And as soon as this last bit of wet bit goes from here, I shall begin it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please do ask. And I shall see you next time.